Romero with a curling effort, but it was harmlessly wide. Execution as he would have wanted there, the American. And a fair bit of success for them there, but also played across in Sweden with also represented FC Tucson in the United States as well. So the battle of the American frontmen tonight with Bookman drives. Possession right on the far side of the field, but he's dispossessed there by Chris Lindsay, who is a real key component for Sutherland this evening, the 32-year-old veteran, the skipper of the Northbridge Bulls. He's been very consistent for the Sutherland Sharks in season 2022. Pazanas clears upfield.
Okay.
Penalty throughout the week. He wasn't battling nose throughout the week. He was telling me throughout the week that he'd been battling nose in the early part of the season. Feels that he's just starting to hit his straps now, finding a bit of form and probably feeling comfortable about the way he's playing. Mohamed Ahmed Shabu on the far side. Can he pick out Andrew? There's a decent looking ball in there, but it's headed away by Eugenio. And APIA are able to compose themselves and clear it away, but Eugenio heads back to O'Shea. Now here's Rodic. Rodic again looking for the run of Mohamed Ahmed Shabu. Cox putting pressure on, but it's cleared away by Nichevsky. One of the great keepers that Australia has produced, and how lucky are we that we get to commentate on him, observe him, watch him as fans in this great New South Wales competition. Walter Scott. Vero. To Scott. Gino. Punches across field. Guatemala. Driving ball. Drive. That was a good ball. The towering centre half himself, former Sutherland Sharks representative. He spent his youth career at the Sutherland Sharks. Has gone on to greener pastures, certainly with APIA Leichhardt. This ball knocked across the middle of the park, and Walter Scott composed himself and drives wide for Romero. Romero does very well. Excellent first touch there to keep the ball in play. With the aerial route. Doesn't quite come off the American. Back under. Control with possession at their feet. too long. Although a free kick is going to go the way of the boys in white and blue. Sharks wearing one of their 3 strips that they have in season 2022. They've got their traditional sky blue uniform that they wear almost exclusively at home. Gianni goes up and might get past the first man. He does. Gabriel Condigiani. Ahmed Shabu on the edge of the area, trying to get a turn. He goes down in the area, and a card has come out straight away. Question was it? Well, in fact, no. The yellow card's going to go against Lukman Ahmed Shabu here. For a moment, it might have been a penalty. That was certainly the feeling of the fans around the ground, but the American has gone straight into the block. Men in charge, not wasting any time to let anyone throw themselves on the pitch. And he'll go into the book inside of a quarter of an hour here as well. Communication here from APIA. Rodich, Neal. Goes it forward for Jeremy Cox. Cox keeps control initially, but just hasn't been able to get quality ball out there, Jeremy Cox. He's fighting hard, but he hasn't got the distribution that he would have wanted. Nicino pushes forward. It's well stopped by Mickey Neal and does just keep the ball in play for the time being. Driven forward. Cox there. Guatemala. Romero. Cahill then feeds forward. Opportunity for APIA. 1-0. Jack Armstrong for the 4th time this season. Parries a chance, and it was wonderful lead-up play by the home side. Fed the ball into the area, and Jack Armstrong with a cool finish to the bottom left-hand corner of the net, and probably the least that APIA deserved here in this opening quarter of an hour. Dominated possession, dominated territory. You should probably say dominated the chances after burying that one. And APIA draw first blood. APIA 1, Sutherland Sharks 0. Chino with an ambitious ball up front. If there was ever much of an opportunity there for front men to get on the end of it. So ups and draws, first blood, and it's almost as if APIA sends blood in the water. Chance for them to deliver a 1-2 punch to Sutherland. Won't do it. Goal kick for Sutherland. APIA will know that for all their dominance, subtly speedy players, some physical finishes in the middle of the park. Always got to keep an eye on James Andrew on the flank. Sanders upfield. Shabu heads back, and luckily Baldacchino is there to head forward. Now looking for the run of James Condigiani. Throw in for Shabu. Rodich can't get there, and thankfully Chris Lindsay is able to back him up. So quite a kick here for APIA. They're dominating at the moment. Sutherland have got to try and find a way to absorb this pressure. This game could quickly get away from them. Fourth corner of this opening half as well. Bunch of players in the area there as the ball's palmed away there by Bazanis, they've still got it. Opportunity on the end. Lindsay won't get possession back, but he's possessed Romero for a short while. Swung across the middle. Marlowe's in there, but he can't get to it. Knocked away, thankfully, for Sutherland. And now Mickey Neal on the counter-attack, trying to create something for the visitors. Cox in there, ball headed away. And now it goes forward for James Andrew. They will get the free kick as well, Sutherland. There certainly was some cries from the Sutherland dugout. APIA searching for their 5th victory this season. It's been a pretty successful opening 6 weeks to the competition, you could say. 4 wins and 2 defeats. Headed away by Marlowe. Sullivan, he can't get his foot on the ball either. Alberta's doing a much better job at controlling possession. It's really calm and composed with their foot on the ball. Armson. Free kick going the way of the home side. Sutherland are able to collect possession back once more as he drives upfield for Ahmed Shabu, but he can't get on it. And again, APIA are able just to get possession of a cheap turnover by Sutherland. Really struggling to survive at the moment. Just feel that momentum could easily get away from them. You're already having that early goal advantage on the back of Jack Armson. Ginell. Thumping ball forward again. Mickey Neal's there, able to knock the ball back. And Cox moves it around. Only as far there as Orne. Edge of the area, Romero. Fancy himself. He's going to go out to Walter Scott, this left side of midfield. But Walter's shot just skews off the side of the boot, across the byline for a goal kick. So Sutherland can breathe a collective sigh of relief as we get to the halfway mark of this first half. After building towards something, you feel. That goal to Jack Armson in the 16th minute. Kondagiani looking for the run of Ahmed Shabu. He can't quite get there. He's already got a yellow card as well. So he needs to be careful with some of these future challenges. Michino. APIA. They just decide that it's so easy to watch when they go forward, and when they attack, just really fluid ball movement. Just been able to control possession relatively comfortably. Some of the skill on the ball has been a real attribute of theirs early on. This is a through ball there from Eugenio. Looks as if it might be shepherded over by Kondagiani. He has to play at it. Knocks it back in the field of play. And throw in Sutherland. Communication from APIA. Slipping a bit of a challenge there. Number 1 for Marlowe. Towering centre back. He's very strong in challenges, but don't be surprised to see him up the other end of the park as well. He loves to travel forward, as I'm sure all centre backs do these days. But Andrew, first time I've really seen him get any quality ball. Shabu can't get the ball back. And it will be going the way here of Sutherland. Big recruitment drive in the off-season for Sutherland. It's no secret that success has evaded them since the Robbie Stanton years at the turn of the decade, around 2009, 2010, as we see Australian players. Mohamed Shabu is down. It looks to be in a fair bit of discomfort. He to the bench almost straight away as the physio James Pearce comes out. Signs stick with that at the moment, but yeah, a big recruitment drive in the off-season for Sutherland. It's been, without being disrespectful, probably a real barren last decade for them. It's been different coaches at the helm that have tried their own different style of football and own different players. Really good pedigree that Nick Demosky has. He's been involved with the club as part of 20 years and won 3 consecutive under-20s titles for Sutherland, so it was no surprise that he was the next cab off the rank to get an opportunity as head coach of Sutherland. Spoke with Nick during the week, and as we see the work continue to be done on Lukman Ahmed Shabu, he's up. Hopefully it's just a bit of a knock to the knee. Sometimes when those knees clash together, it can be very, very painful. You feel like you've done something really serious. Just a little bit of bruising. He's up to his feet, he's got a bit of a drink, he's taken a bit of a rest. I spoke to Coach Demosky during the week. He was adamant that he wanted us to say a word about Paul Smith and Paul, the long-time president of Sutherland, that handed over the reins at the start of this season. 17 years as president, Paul. He's actually got COVID at the moment. I think he's probably watching TV, so a big hello to Paul. I know he's had such a big impact, not just on the life of Nick, but plenty of other people in the Sutherland Shire, especially the Sutherland Shire football fraternity. Not just the Sharks as well. The Sutherland Shire Football Association has been benefited by Paul's wisdom and generosity and experience, as we see APIA try and work their way down the right side of midfield. Comes the North. Goal kick is going to be the call. So I hope that Paul's okay recovering at home here tonight. Is Nick Demosky, is he the man to try and turn something around here for Sutherland? They're starting to, I wouldn't say turn the corner just yet, but they're looking a bit more positive in their play. James Andrews got a couple of classy touches, as we saw there. Headed away by Bordacino. Here's Mark Rodic. Rodic needs some support. He eventually has to go back to Chris Lindsay. As he drives forward looking for the runner, Cox on the left side of midfield. Him and Temba Matamalo are battling out there. A lot of grounds in my commentary career, at least in the football fraternity, but something special about Lambert Park, isn't that? Right in the heart of inner Western Sydney, right in the heart of Leichhardt. You know that they're passionate about their West Tigers. They're not doing so well at the moment, but they are also very passionate about APIA Leichhardt. And it's such a wonderful ground. Here we don't just see APIA play here. We've seen Sydney FC play some trial games. Their women's side in the W League have transitioned to playing some home fixtures here as well. Artificial turf, like a lot of the NPL1 division grounds are these days. Sutherland Sharks are the same. Here's APIA stretching themselves forward offensively here through Walter Scott. Romero. Scott again. Pushes forward. Good interchanging of passing, but Gianni is there and just happy to knock that one to the sideline. Didn't have too many better options there. Gabriel's father, Louis, also involved with the Sharks setup. He's sitting on the bench at the moment alongside Nick Demosky. Walter Scott there in the area, pulls back in the middle, bobbling around. Half an opportunity. It's still happening here for APIA. And unfortunately, it doesn't come off. I think Romero was there. It seemed to deflect off the boot and sky away, but for a moment there, I thought that Matt Cahill might have been the one to lash it home. This is getting into really important territory this final quarter of an hour of the first half. You almost feel every time that APIA encroach on that Sutherland penalty area, that they're a pretty good chance of scoring. The Sharks really yet to create a full-blown scoring chance or full-blown opportunity. Andrew with the throw-in goes to Shabu. Controls it well, the American. Comes across here to Mark Rodic, who's playing in a more lying forward midfield position. Cox almost at the edge of the area. Sullivan dinks it out to Mark Rodic. Strong-bodied player. He has his shot pass blocked back to O'Shea. O'Shea wearing the captain's armband after being named on the bench during the week. Shabu got his foot on the end of it. It was a pretty good challenge, but unfortunately it had such velocity that it flew over the byline. The fact that I've probably only mentioned Ivan Achevsky's name 2 or 3 times shows that he, one, has been doing a good job, and 2, probably hasn't had to do too much. What do they say about goalkeepers? They're like referees. If you don't talk about them, it means they're probably doing something right. Sometimes you are talking about them when they're called into action. He hasn't had to be called into action as of yet. Neil trying to link up there with Jeremy Cox in a forward-lying position, but didn't come off. Here's James Andrew after a heavy touch from Romero. Condigiani, Andrew with a nice little move, running through midfield here. James Andrew tries to tee up. The flag's up from the linesman on the far side. Offside is the call. Thought it might have been a free kick for Sutherland. There was some late contact, but no problems with that. The men in charge. From Sutherland, wasn't it? James Andrew gets a bit of space, much like any speedsters that you see, whether it be in the English Premier League or the A-League or these leagues, even local grassroots football. Those guys that have pace, you can't give them a inch to move, can you? Because as soon as they do, they all of a sudden put the defence in more than 2 minds, about 5 or 6 different minds. Free kick for Sutherland on the halfway line. Just joined the coverage. Jack Clifton in commentary. If you're enjoying the action so far as we get into the final quarter of an hour of this opening half. I just feel that Sutherland slowly just warming to the task, easing themselves back into it. On the edge of the area was Cox, and they'll get their first shot on goal and their first shot on target. It was a tame effort in the end, but it was closed in on by a couple of APIA defenders. Headed forward. Here's O'Shea. Cox now trying to link forward there. James Andrew coming in like a thief in the night. Almost creates something there. It takes a deflection off the back of the speedster. Achevsky able to collect it, now clear. Starting to turn into a bit of end-to-end football now. Guatemala. Forward, and it's a bit of tussling at the back there. Neil loses it. It was a good ball and all challenge. Opportunity for APIA. It was a fine effort from just outside the area. I think that was Sean Simons there with the opportunity. It was creative midfielder. Haven't seen him involved an awful lot. Sutherland have done a pretty good job to keep him quiet, but that was a time where he could have really made the boys in blue and white, could have really punished them of that passage of play. Action once more through this goal kick. Forward for Romero. Oh, ball's gone out of play, surely. This is the call. Gianni. Andrew. Simon. No one in the middle there for Sutherland. So Unhappy with the way that things have transpired in this first 36 minutes. I think any coach or set of players are happy when you're down 1-0. Opportunities of possession, it's all come to Leichhardt and easily at the stage. And love to even up the ledger before the half-time interval. Talent that Sutherland have higher hopes of. James Andrew just sneaking offside on that occasion. APIA. Trying to get on the outside, he's so quick. They give him just a skerrick of room, he'll make them pay. He's all in play there. He's got good skills and coach on the ball. Pass though, and be intercepted. Battle there between Rodic. Free kick on this occasion. Over the head there of Conaghian, picks out the ball to Scott. Scott with a daring cross-come shot there. It's knocked away by Bazanis. Good piece of keeping by the shot stopper, but that was some electric play from APIA Leichhardt. To a vicious shot that was weaving and ticking towards the top left-hand corner. Breakaway here from Armson. And Simon's trying to push the ball forward. It's a pinball machine at the moment. The ball bouncing back and forth between both sets of teams. Both sets of players. It's Bob's got a quick pass in front of him. Venture forward. forward, trying to find the run there of James Andrew. Simons gets just enough of it to keep it away. Shabu is vertically challenged at the moment. It's flying all over the place. They have possession inside Sutherland's half. Gino. Scott. Romero on the left side of midfield. The dancing run forward. Puts a lovely ball into the air. It couldn't quite be controlled by Gale. Down to the path. Again, in the field. It's a matter of time for those two passes to come off, especially inside that final attacking third. Sutherland now. It's being played here for Sutherland after that handball. Sullivan clumps it forward for Andrew. Good first touch. That's a really good challenge there from Walter Scott. At the moment, Andrew trying to use that pace when he's trying to throw in, but it's been positioned beautifully. Left back. Romero's on his own up front. He's onside. Gets into the area. Romero just wide. Didn't really strike it out of the screws, did he? He still had the ankle. Dragged it harmlessly wide. And that right hand upright. Mazanas and Sutherland breathed a sigh of relief. Second regulation time in this first half. Sharks here. Silas pokes it in for Romero. Mazanas coming out. Good save. Showed good vision there. The goalkeeper as well. Having one of his better games of the season. Rodich now goes to James Andrew, and Andrew getting a bit of space, able to use that pace, but he's dispossessed and dribbles over the touchline. Arms there, he'll win the throw in for his side of the Joe Marston Pavilion side of Amber Park. Romero. Back there for Walter Scott. Scott will take the throw in, goes along, looking for Armson at the edge of the area, knocks it back here for Cahill. I think going to turn one up, half opportunity. Was well dealt in the end defensively by Sutherland, and Jeremy Cox is able to break down field with him. O'Shea. Rodich on to poor pass, and it's possessed easily. And now APIA back on the attack. Romero beats Rodich. Romero from some way out. It was an ambitious strike, and it was knocked away. Sullivan. Played upfield there by Baldacchino. Here's Cox. Frantic start to these opening minutes of this second half. Card's going to come out. Mickey Neal goes down, and Sean Simons is going to go into the book with a yellow card. He flew in there rather dangerously, but he did apologise to the man, which is what you want to see. Just trying to regather himself. That's one that's he's gonna feel it in the morning. Probably feel it tonight when he goes to bed. A little knock of the knee. Shabu, it's a throw in. Deep inside APIA territory. Can Sutherland create something here? Struggled to really get in behind that back four of APIA. Get it away by Simons, and Maitamalo breaks forward. Promising surging run through the midfield. Gets it back again in the centre of the park. Romero digs on the outside. Cahill will show good pace and awareness to pick it up. And still going as Cahill to the edge of the area. Tries to pull it back. It's a wicked shot across the face of goal. And it skims and skids its way across the crossbar of the Sutherland Sharks. And that was almost a little too close for the Shy Boys. Kick to resume play. Cox now, Cox one towards goal. Shabu can't get in behind there, and Sean Simons has to clear and clump it out of play on the far touchline. To the middle now. A weaving and amazing run. It's deflected away, almost falls for Nicky Sullivan there. It's James Andrew who lumps the ball across. Cox tries to get there, get it away by the boys in claret and blue. Sutherland had their foot back on the ball, but only momentarily. Connor Gianni trying to link up with James Andrew. Again, hooked into touch by APIA. Some period here for Sutherland though. It's 5 minutes more in the second half, and they're showing more awareness and skill this end of the park than they did in the first half. Ahmed Shabu goes back to Rodich. Rodich dispossessed, and it's going to be an up and throw in as well. It's a little bit sloppy there, Sutherland. Middle way go. Zorne dispossessed, but people still have their foot on the ball. And forward looking for the run there of Cahill. Knocked away. Lindsay gets there. Nods it on. And now Cox being held. Wins the free kick as well. Would have been away there, Jeremy Cox as well. He's got some good pace. It's his First game that he's starting for the Sharks in 2022. He's been on the bench. He's shy lad through and through. He played here at APIA in the disjointed 2020 campaign. He's also spent time in the Sydney FC youth system. Played for them in this NPL competition a few seasons ago. Back at Sutherland, he's a bit of a famous son around the hallowed turf of Seymour Shot. And we'll see a corner here for Sutherland as Demba Matamalo has to knock it behind, and the first set piece opportunity of the game for Sutherland. It's only taken 51 minutes. Well, you need to be careful here. They've dominated possession and also territory, but they would not want to give away a corner and concede a goal from a set piece. Lindsay with it. Far post headed towards the goal. It's knocked away and just gone over onto the roof of the net. I saw the net bobbling there, and I think some of the fans did as well. We thought it had gone in. It was rather a innocuous header on the far side, and Chevsky just kind of took him by surprise as he tipped it onto the roof of the net. What a kick. Cox looking for the short one, but maybe just a bit of a decoy play to try and fool RPL. Lindsay with a corner kick from the far side. Curled in. There's balls away there, and it is lashed home. Attempted by Portacino. It goes high and wide of the bar, but little body punches there, to use the boxing analogy. Sutherland, they've been headed into a corner for part of this opening hour. Just got back with a couple of jabs and a couple of body shots there to APIA. They themselves will be pretty relieved that they've been able to get out of harm's way and clear up field here through Nichevsky. Firepower in that APIA bench as well. The home fans are excited to see Diego Chelis, the 30-year-old Argentinian national. Ahmed Shabu goes down. It's a free kick. 30 yards from goal here, so another any set-piece opportunity for Sutherland. Which is going to be the man to step up. There's O'Shea, Lindsay also there as well. Mark Rodich was pretty keen to get a move on, but Sutherland happy just to bide their time and set this up properly. Throwing about 8 bodies forward here, Sutherland. They chip into the area, headed back, goal bounce, and there is going to be a foul in amongst all that. So it all comes to naught for Sutherland. Offered a lot, and didn't really deliver for the visitors. Staff think it might be appendicitis. They're missing him. No Harry Callahan either. He's suspended. So you've lost two of your really influential midfielders. That's a point itself for Sutherland. Not making excuses at all, but those two players certainly have a big impact if they'll hit tonight. They're not though, and Sutherland's got to try and find a way to break through without them. Rodich. Rez clips forward, it's directed pass again. Shabu tries to go forward, can't win it. Simons can. Armson then goes to Uchino forward here to Sean Simons. He nods it back in the centre of the park to Cahill. Cahill can't get it, Armson can't either. Cox can and knocks it forward. Some enterprising play there, but APIA won't go away. They continue to knock on the door. Ozorne. Yanni Nicolau. He's the first defender. It's the second. There's Nicolau tripped up. The free kick, won't get it. Tracking back there from Yanni Nicolau. Strong defender that is a class player. Signing midfield. Love to have a player like Yanni Nicolau. I'm lucky that they've got him. There's only one. Rodich, a couple of misdirected passes there. Wasn't happy with Nicky Sullivan, who he felt just kind of pulled back and didn't commit to trying to collect that misdirected pass. Merritt wins the throw for his side. Bit of movement on the dugout on the Sutherland side. I wonder whether Nick Demolski goes to his bench in the next 5 or 10 minutes. He's got former Mount Druitt Town Rangers player Mitchell Smith. He can fill in both defence and midfield. One of those guys will run through a brick wall for you. Tenacious player. So Lachlan Everett, strong defensive midfielder. So they're looking for a bit of attack here. They're probably looking at someone like a Lachlan McDonald who Ross was saying to me in the week that Chins and APIA Leichhardt are able to clear downfield as they punch the ball into touch. Down the Sharks dugout, and free kick given away by Sutherland. So pressure released for APIA, who rebranded back to APIA Leichhardt after the rule change that came in from Football Federation Australia. They had rebranded, I guess you could say, as the APIA Leichhardt Tigers, gone back to their roots, gone back to the crest. It's made so famous since 1954, this proud Italian-Australian club. Older viewers or older listeners will remember the days of Rale Rasic, pardon me. Superb football manager, superb football coach that brought a lot of success to APIA Leichhardt and is held in such high esteem in Australian football. Nicolau is Eugenio. Trying to nick one in behind, Bottocino shepherds it and tells Mazanas to come out, which he does hurriedly. Mazanas struggles forward. Thumps upfield. Shabu can't get there, bobbles around, and Sutherland will just get their foot on the ball. Sullivan trips up, and then he nutmegs Eugenio, and he continues to go forward. Skips it back on the inside for O'Shea. O'Shea finds Shabu. It's a very poor pass. He just had to look up, and he could have fed in the path of Cox. Again, it comes undone, and Sutherland only have themselves to blame, but they do win possession momentarily. Cox. Rodic. Sullivan. Takes a deflection. They're going to let this ball run, are they? And it goes over the byline for a corner kick. There was a yellow corner from touchline, which maybe just assisted James Andrew on that far side. So as we approach the hour mark in this game, still no change to the half-time score, 1-0 to APIA Leichhardt. Sutherland pushing really hard to try and nab a leveller here. It's Lindsay to take the corner. Directed it, but it looped over the bar. Screened for a corner kick himself, but misses out an opportunity there, the centre half. Upfield. Is there. Sutherland's in. Battle. It's Andrew. Just forward, narrow. And possession again, APIA. Links nicely with Armstrong. He pulls it back in the middle. Cahill tried to direct a goal down. The flag was up. He was offside. Would have been some finish at the back end of the field. I see a substitution for Sutherland, so Jeremy Cox is going to make way, and Mitchell Smith is making his way on, so we get to see the tough and physical midfielder that will come on for these final half an hour or so. It's been a lovely day in Sydney here today. Tops of 24 degrees, plenty of blue sky. Shabu trying to link up with Smith, he can't, but here's Mickey Neal. On the left side, he's cross-cover shot, takes a deflection, headed back by Smith. Here's O'Shea. Just a bit of a breakdown in communication there as Neal couldn't get to through ball from the Shark skipper. Hustle here for points as Sutherland try and create something, trying to get a spoil of the points. If it was Sutherland, they're kind of soft. They get one, they get two or three in quick succession, but getting that first one seems to be pretty difficult. APIA are defending brilliantly at the moment. On a high press, getting in the faces of Sutherland and forcing the errors and mistakes. Himself in the area, a lovely spin move there, and almost fell for Pat O'Shea, but APIA there again in the nick of time, as they have been several times today. They clear the ball to safety. During the byline, hooks it back into the middle. Might fall here for Pat O'Shea. He links it up with Sullivan, and Sullivan was never in a position to take a shot there as it spews off the boot over the byline. A fizzing shot for a goal kick. Dominating possession and territory. The tables have been turned in this second stanza. Now for Matt Cahill. Armstrong, Cahill again. This is looking ominous for Sutherland as Cahill tries to get through. And unfortunately for Sutherland, they have to knock it behind. It's another corner kick for the home side. Post, head across the face of goal. Marlowe tried to get there, he couldn't do so, and Sutherland survive. That was a little bit close to comfort for the visitors. Thumping, driving kick by Bazana's upfield, up over the half. Gianni can't get there first. He eventually hooks the ball back over his shoulder, but it falls again for Cahill and APIA. Matt Cahill, he's looked brilliant in this second half as he clips one in behind, flags up. Offside. They almost thought they had one there, APIA. Getting in behind that Sutherland back four. utmost. He's trying a lot. He's skillful on that far side. It's not coming off for him at the moment. Rodic does want to control this ball initially and then knocks it into touch. He's called a hold to it for the time being. Restart play now. Is thinking at this stage of the match. 66 minutes gone and lead by a goal to nil. You don't want to put the cue in the rack, and yet probably don't want to put the cue in the rack as we see a free kick on the edge of the area. Such a potent attacking side APIA that they can 4 or 5 on the best sides in the NPL New South Wales. As that clock does slowly inch towards 90 minutes, there is some thinking that shore up the defensive line, being bring on a defensive midfielder, let's try and absorb that pressure that might be thrown by the opposition. At the moment they might have a chance to make it 2-0, but might not even come into the thinking if they can finish here. Curled in. Oh, what a header! And what a goal by Simons! Joshua Simons with a bullet of a header, which almost burnt a hole in the back of the net. Wonderful delivery from the far side, and APIA in firm control now, 2 goals to the good. As we encroach on the final 20 minutes of this fixture, it's APIA Leichhardt 2, Sutherland Sharks 0. Anthony Bazanas could do with that. That was a header hit with absolute venom. Powered in by Joshua Simons. Now Sutherland, well, they really only have one option, isn't it? Caution to the wind now for Shark side. Romero pumping Neil off the ball. Zorno lies in the middle to Sean Simons. His brother Josh has got one over him tonight so far. Andrew gets the ball in play. Sullivan. O'Shea looking for support. He doesn't have a lot forthcoming here. Chris Lindsay comes into the fray. Mitchell Smith goes down. Standing over this dead ball situation, you feel that some confidence and a bit of a morale boost that they'd have to score soon here, Sutherland. What a fast one there. I think Chris Lindsay, referee, wasn't ready. Hadn't blown the whistle, and thankfully for Sutherland because it didn't come off. It's the right idea. But got to wait for the referee's whistle first. He stands over. Puts the ball into the far post and straight down the throat there of Arvin Dachevsky. That was just easy pickings. And now Romero on the counter-attack here for APIA. Goes forward to Matt Cahill. Pressure. There is Mickey Neal. Pokes the ball back across the face of goal. Oh, great save. Oh, double save from Bazanas that stops a 3rd goal. Another good block, but APIA won't go away. They're pounding on the door at the moment, looking for goal number 3. Nicolau fires a cross in, and eventually Sutherland put it out of play, but that was some goalkeeping display there from Anthony Bazanas. And Lachlan Everett's going to make his way on the 2nd substitution of the evening by Nick Demosky. But Ahmed Shabu is coming off. So some fresh legs being run on for Sutherland. Nicolau. Cahill. Goes back there to Armson, but it's a touch too heavy. throw in. Upfield, looking for Andrews. Tussling there in the midfield between two counterparts. Sean Simons. They've got a real impetus about them now, don't they, APIA? Looking to put Sutherland to the sword. Pull back across the middle, a touch too heavy, and Romero will struggle to reel this one in as it goes out of play. Remain the same. It does put Sutherland under enormous pressure. It's a long season, this NPL season, but to start the season 2-5, it's not what Nick Demolsky would have envisaged for Sutherland. Romero, midfield position, drives a daring looking ball into the area for Sean Simons, who does well with his first touch, and eventually gets possessed by Waddinge, and Waddinge will almost win his side a goal kick. In fact, someone have to pull the ball in. So that worked out marvellously for APIA Leichhardt, not so much for Sutherland. Diego Celis is making his debut for APIA Leichhardt, the Argentinian signing. Get a touch almost straight away. He's played all over the world, Argentina, Chile, Israel, and finds himself in the top league in New South Wales, in Australia. From the San Marco club in Chile. Free kick at the back end here for Sutherland. He's a much cultured player, I think. Not just the skill that will be added by the versatile number 8, but the experience. Made 111 appearances in the Israeli league. You know, there's some real quality players there. It's a tough physical competition. Like the Israeli national side. Everyone pokes forward for Mitchell Smith. Smith can't control it initially, but does well to keep it in across the byline. Pulls it back across the face of APIA, able to get there comfortably. Where they cheaply give possession away. Lindsay. Sutherland continue to press, continue to push. Mickey Neal, Mickey Sullivan. Lindsay swings across into the centre of the park.
Yang rasa apa, Bang?
And I think this is the hit and hope time, isn't it? If you Nick Demowski, you can just hope that one of those attacking changes you made can bring up a little bit of spark, a little bit of creativity. Maybe you get a little bit lucky. The way things are going up, you're doing it comfortably. At both ends of the park, it must be admitted. Sullivan. It's one to retain possession. Shea goes back to retrieve. Lindsay. Bazanis. Gianni goes back to Bazanis. Some warming up going on at southern and northern ends of the ground here at Lambert Park. The 20s fixture between Sutherland and APIA taking place after this, a 7:30 kickoff for that one. Can catch them on NPL.tv. If you're looking for some more football action here this evening, here's Mickey Neal, Sullivan. Foul in the centre of the park, Sullivan, who's obviously frustrated. He's been toiling and working hard, but things haven't really come off for the central attacking midfielder for Sutherland tonight. They go forward to Diego Jealous. It's on there. Jealous. Retain possession. Far side has swung in. Lindsay's there to meet it and head away. Forward. Allows there to collect. Now Romero's got a bit of space in front of him, the American. Beats the first defender. Fancy his own chances. He just clips the ball back. Sean Simons. Simon's trying to link up with some of his support players. Ball's hacked away, but Sutherland and Lockie Everett clears out here to Mickey Neal, who's got plenty of green pastures in front of him. Takes a deflection, goes out of play. Encouragement for Sutherland. They need all of that at the moment. The Shire faithful have made their way to the ground as well, cheering on the Sutherland Shire heroes, but it might be in vain unless something miraculous in the final 10 minutes can get them out of jail. Clip forward, looking for the runner, Yanni Nicolau. Tries to clip the ball back in, but just didn't have the pace on the shot or pace on the cross. Cleared away. Sutherland again having possession. I think APIA are pretty happy to maybe just try and hit them on the counter and they can get the ball back. Down hard there, Eugenio, to his feet relatively quickly, but he hit the turf hard. Big man in the centre of the park. Jealous switches directions and finds Sean Simons. Here's Jealous. That moving up for him. He tries to feed Jason Romero in now. Romero with a wicked shot, and that's a good save again from Bazanis. He conceded 2 tonight, but he's come up with some cracking saves for the Sharks. Great lead-up play again from APIA Leichhardt. Jason Romero getting into a bit of space there. It's a lashed shot, but Great distribution by Diego Jealous, the Argentinian new signing, playing his first game for APIA Leichhardt. Opened up some room, that experience and class on show there. Time running out for Sutherland. APIA go in search for a third goal. Had a goal bounce by Temba Maitamalo. Still in there. Jealous gets up and gets his head to it. Simon's in attention as well. And Mark Rodich is there, able to dispossess and then clear for Sutherland. And Mitch Smith goes down under the challenge. Over there on that far side and wins inside a free kick. Everett drives downfield. James Andrew tussling but can't get his foot on the ball. That's been the story of his evening, unfortunately. Sullivan almost broke his way through there, but the defence, again, just equal to the task. Certainly, top of the broadcast, that you could probably argue that APIA's defence has been a little bit inconsistent. 3 clean sheets and then 3 games with clean sheets, pardon me. 3 other games. They conceded 9 goals. 1 more substitution is made, this time by APIA. Franco Parisi is going to come on. And Jack Armson, the goal scorer. One of the goal scorers is coming off. Sutherland. He'll throws forward. Trying to link up, but Maitamalo's there along with Nicolau. Zorne clears the ball out wide. They reset and restart another attacking raid to APIA Leichhardt. Good forward. To be fired in from the far side. There by Walter Scott, who's been ever present this afternoon or this evening. Directed in from the far side, headed away. Again, surviving. They've done some good things defensively, but 2 really great goals from APIA. Really separated these 2 sides. Marlowe, a wonderful cross to the centre, lead away by Sutherland momentarily, only as far as Ichino, and now Sean Simons, or Josh Simons, pardon me. Ichino. Well, searching for that 3rd goal. Been strong defensively, haven't they, as well? Talk about their attack, and Mike's lyrical about that all evening. Defensively, they've been so sound, so strong. They really have not let Sutherland settle. Sharks been better in the second half and created a few more attacking opportunities, as James Andrew might be in behind here. He does get in behind the defence, but then he's dispossessed, and that's that example of just how tenacious they are in that back 4 APIA. Just refuse to give up on the ball. That's a wonderful display of defensive solidarity there as they dispossess Andrew, and then look at the way they transition defence into attack. Danita, Romero, Gino, back to Romero. Switch sides. It's a nice run. Big take forward into the air and pulled back into the middle. Oh, Chalice with what would have been a dream debut goal for the Argentinian. It's blocked away by Sutherland and cleared up field. be a free kick. And a yellow card brandished as well. On what must be said was a pretty cynical foul in the end there from Josh Simons. He's got a goal next to his name, and now he's got a yellow card next to his name as he goes into the referee's book late on. Opportunity here for Sutherland, but I mean, banged on about the last probably quarter of an hour time has well and truly become their enemy. You feel they'll need to try and snatch a goal here in that reset again to have any chance of getting in a jail here or getting something out of this fixture. By Lindsay, driven into the box, put away by APIA Leichhardt. Andrew in there, tussling with Franco Parisi. Up with the ball, James Andrew. He doesn't, the ball go, dribble itself out of play, throw in for Sutherland. Sharks trying to find a little bit of creativity. They've really lacked it in that final third. Certainly missed Jason Madonis, but that takes nothing away from a wonderful performance here from APIA this evening. Take them, should they hold on to 5 wins and 2 losses through 7 games, and there might be a bit more harm done now. Penalty! Sean Simons fouled in the area, and a yellow card being brandished as well for, I believe it's Mark Rodich on the far side. And Simons has taken a little bit of time to collect himself. Got the better of Rodich on that occasion, and all he could do, the full Marconi man, was fell him. And APIA Leichhardt have a golden opportunity to go 3 goals to the good in what has been an impressive and professional performance here this evening. Good delay as Sutherland gets to his feet. Jason Romero, 4 goals this season, is going to be the man to step up to the penalty spot. Romero up against Bazanis. It's been good, Bazanis, but he's going to have to be fantastic to stop this. And he's no stopping Jason Romero from the spot. 3-0 to APIA. And that puts a nice little cherry on top of what has been a wonderful performance by the boys in claret and blue here this evening. Great passive attacking play. That one leading in a penalty to Jason Romero, his 5th of the season. And APIA are in dreamland at the moment. Victory 5, all but assured now for the Inner West club as they lead by 3 goals to 0 over the Sutherland Sharks. And in windy side of corner, appealing for handball was Diego Chelis on that occasion. Falling on deaf ears, our referee has had no problems with it. Is there another goal coming? Sutherland have been tough, they've been physical, they've been resilient at times. It would almost feel unjust if they were to concede a 4th goal, but sport isn't always kind. And how important does this happen for goal difference later in the season? On the edge of the area, there is Diego Chelis. The ball is deflected away out of play into touch as the final seconds count down to what has been another impressive performance by APIA. They go to 5 wins and 2 losses. Depending on what happens with Sydney FC's youth side over the course of the weekend, they could be outright first position on the NPL New South Wales table. Well, Sutherland have a bit of soul searching to do, don't they? Shy boys dropped 5 of their opening 7 games. Some of those you've felt they could have got something out of them. There's been a few red cards and a few dubious penalties at times. But at the end of the day, you've sometimes just got to get the job done. And they haven't been able to do that this evening against APIA Leichhardt. Looking forward here goes Mickey Neal. The shot deflected as he goes for it. Mitchell Smith attempts to get to the ball, but the scraps are cleared away by APIA. 4-2 win for Druidtown Raiders of the Northern Bulls last night. That was their first win of the season. And plenty more action happening over the weekend. Marconi take on Manly United. These teams are all exclusive to NPL.tv. That's the only match tonight. They're at the Palace, Marconi Stadium, a ground that has so much history and quality attached to it. Important match for both those two sides. And 2 games tomorrow. Blacktown City take on Sydney FC, as offside is called. That's at 3 p.m. Then at 4 p.m. Rockdale City take on Wollongong. That would be a cracking contest, probably match of the round type stuff for me. Then finish with City United, 58 FC, and Sydney Olympic on Easter Monday at 3 p.m. And there is full time blown by the man in charge, and a professional and quality performance by APIA Leichhardt. Season with its 5th win in season 2022. They have swept Sutherland aside with a wonderful attacking and really strong and physical defensive performance to win by the tune of 3-0 this evening here at Lambert Park. It was 1-0 at half-time, and despite a fair bit of possession and territory inside APIA Leichhardt's half, Sutherland just weren't able to really create any clear attacking opportunities in the final third. Certainly lacked a bit of creativity